Hey guys, your boy Shaw Bellamy back with you with another movie review on my channel. Obviously, this is my channel. I do movie reviews and TV shows. In this case, you see by the title, we're going to do a movie review of the movie Snake Eyes. I saw Snake Eyes yesterday. I know I'm late because Snake Eyes, I believe, came out last week. Um, yeah, so if you, like I said, you're gonna know by now I'm explaining all my movie review videos. I will not be going over the entire movie. This is not one of those channels. I'll just go over what was good to me and what was bad and my final grade for the movie. I will go over the beginning, just to give out, the plot of what, and again, you guys see for yourself, as far as if you do decide to go see the movie. So yes, the Snake Eye movie, for people that knows, Snake Eyes is one of the original members of or I should say, one of the members of the GI Joe team back when GI Joe was popular and stuff like that. Excuse me, throughout the movies, TV shows, and stuff like that. It's been a while. I don't remember the last time we had a GI Joe movie. This is what I guess they were trying to like bring it back type thing, because again, this movie's called Snake Eyes, the GI Joe Origins, or whatever. And for me personally, I like origin movies. I like when we get, especially when it comes to superhero or any type of action movie that has to do with origins, because you learn about the character. That's basically what origin is. You learn about the character, the background, where they came from, and how they came to be. I think DC does this horrible job at that, while Marvel does a great job. We see how Iron Man, Tony Stark, and Captain America, Steve Rogers. We learn about who those characters are before they give us this big movie. Of course, in this case, sorry, since I can't read my shirt now because the sun came out, but we learn who these characters are before they come the Avengers. I love origin movies. And the background we get and learning of the character. So in this one, we got Snake Eyes. Before he became a member of GI Joe. Now that's what I thought the movie was going to be about. How he joined the GI Joe team and maybe with some ups and downs with the team, and then bam, they decide to accept him. But that's not what we got at all. What we basically got was and I'll give my grade at the end. We basically kind of got like a double agent, double spy type movie with Snake Eyes. With decisions that he's made throughout the movie. It was, again, I'm not going to break down the entire movie and go over what was good. Maybe you'll hear some things that happened in the movie when I go over what was good and what was bad. Like I said, when I give my final grade. So let's get right into it. I'll go over the beginning of the movie, and then that kind of lays out, like I said, the plot throughout the rest of the movie. At the beginning, we see Snake Eyes as a child. I don't know if they ever said his real name, but he wasn't Snake Eyes as a kid, obviously. He wasn't Snake Eyes as a kid yet. He basically takes this name, but like I said, we'll get to that in a second. So him and his dad is out in the woods, and they're going to head back towards his cabin. I guess it looks like his dad was biking. With I don't know if his dad had a motorcycle or something, but they had a good time, whatever. And they're heading back to the house. And as they're heading back to the house, you can see the dad's kind of looking around, like he's hearing something, some noise in the woods, whatever. And he's feel like he's being watched. And obviously we see that he's kind of being watched, and we have the camera kept constantly panning out, and we see someone looking through the bushes like they're watching the dad and the son. And then young Snake Eyes, I'm gonna call him Young Snake Eyes. His name's not Snake Eyes yet, but I'm gonna call him Young Snake Eyes because I don't think they ever said the kid's damn name. Or if they did, I just missed it. But Young Snake Eyes, he asked his dad. Kid asked his dad. He said, "Dad, so is there a safe at the house?" His dad's asking, "Why do you you're joking man, like why you want to hide something there? What do you mean safe? Like an actual safe? What are you talking about?" And the kid says, "Oh, yeah, I thought there was safe at a house because at the cabin because when I heard you talking last night to somebody, you said I'm at the safe house." So again, the whole trope that kids are stupid and they don't know anything. But I mean, I guess I'll go for it because maybe a kid at that age, don't know what a safe house is. Because obviously, for you grow up, you learn that a safe house is a place where someone goes to get off the grid, hiding from people, obviously being hunted and all this other stuff. So obviously the dad just drops a conversation and says, "Hey, you want just marshmallows or something like that?" And the next scene comes in where young Snake Eyes is sleeping, and his dad's in a panic, waking him up, saying, "We gotta go." Obviously, he tries to leave, and the whole cliche and the thing of, "Hey, it's too late. You're trying to leave, but there's no time." So then the dad puts Snake Eyes into the closet and tells him not to come out. And this guy comes in. I forgot his name. He's a very forgettable character. Not saying it's the actor's fault, just forgettable guy because he wasn't really important at all. He comes in though. Turns out we don't know until we don't find out until later. But the guy is a Cobra operative, whatever. He works for Cobra, and he basically kills his dad. But before he kills the dad, and Snake Eyes, young Snake Eyes is watching, the dude has a pair of dice, and they're loaded dice where every time you roll it, it lands on Snake Eyes. But he gives the dad a chance to play for his life, which again he was never going to win. He rolls Snake Eyes, and the guy says, "Snake Eyes, none. You're not going to beat me with anything where I roll from that." Again, they're loaded. I'm pretty sure if you rolled it 1,000 times, you land on the 2 1s on both dice, which again makes Snake Eyes, which is Snake Eyes in dice terms, rolling dice terms. So the dad gets killed, and the young Snake Eyes swears revenge, and that's basically the entire movie. He basically does things because and he grows up with this anger in his heart that he wants to go after the man that killed his father. And again, he adopts the name Snake Eyes to hide his identity. Again, I don't think we've ever found out his real name. He just took the name Snake Eyes, and that was it because of the dice and hide his identity. Which again, going back thinking about, I didn't write this in my notes. I don't even know why he hid his identity because it's not like the dude. I mean, I don't know. I guess if he didn't hide his identity, maybe the guy realized, holy shit, the guy's son that I killed is out there somewhere looking for. I don't fucking know. But again, that was the whole thing, how it played out, and that's what it is. I'm not going to break down the whole entire thing else movie. I'm going to get right into, like I said, what was good, what I liked about it, what was bad, and I didn't like about it. What was good? I thought the cast of the movie, did a good job despite the script they was given. I got my notes right here. You could kind of tell throughout the movie they was working what was given to them. I thought, like I said, as far as the cast is concerned, I didn't have a problem with anyone that was cast except one. I will go over that one person when I get to what I didn't like, what I thought was bad. And again, it's not the actor's fault. I'm going to point this out about. It's just the way, again, the way they was written and stuff like that. You could just tell that maybe this role was not for them, that person. But yeah, I thought the cast was good in this movie. As an aspiring actor myself, I always like seeing actors and actresses that I really don't get to. I've rarely see or never seen before. Or like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna start following this person's career because they did a good job in this. I actually want to see how they, what else they do as time goes on. That's the kind of person I am. So I thought that was good. The last thing I thought was good, and I only had 2 things I thought was good. Excuse me. I thought the fight scenes and sequences were well shot for the most part. I thought there was enough fighting scenes. I guess to keep you interested. Except for one, it seemed like this is all leading up to what I didn't like. But yeah, I thought the fight scenes was okay. I didn't think they was too bad. I thought for an action movie, we got a decent amount of fight scenes. So that's what I thought was good. Well, I guess you can say the production as well, the production value and everything. It was well shot, I will say. So that's it. That was pretty much it as far as what was good. What was bad, and I gotta get on my notes and what I didn't like. Start off again, number one immediately, the script. Like I said, I thought the actors and actresses that was in this movie, they did a good job despite the script that was given to them. The script and the direction that was given. I thought the script / direction was just not good. Coming into the movie, I've seen this preview 1,000 times going to movies with my girl this year, and every time I seen the preview, I was like, yo, this movie looks badass, and it's a G.I. Joe Origins movie. Hell yeah, let's do this. I really thought, you know what, it's not going to be Oscar-worthy, of course, anything crazy like that, but I'm saying, for action movie, I was like, okay, this is going to give us the origin, the direction of how Snake Eyes became a G.I. Joe member. We really did not get that throughout the entire movie until the end of the movie at all. He didn't even get really mentioned about being a G.I. Joe until Scarlet gives him the damn sort of invitation when he finds out, like, I should say spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Turns out the dad, like I said, the dad gets killed in the beginning. Turns out he was a G.I. Joe, member, agent, whatever. And the guy that killed him, like I said, worked for Cobra. The dad infiltrated Cobra. The guy found out, Cobra found out and they had the guy kill him. That's basically the entire gist of, like I said, of the movie, like I said, of Snake Eyes Wanted Revenge. But again, I thought that the direction was going to be, because this was a G.I. Joe origin, I thought it was like, okay, he's going to probably be recruited because his dad got killed. He's this angry dude now that fights in fight clubs, stuff like that. And G.I. Joe team comes, Scarlet and them comes to recruit him to be a G.I. Joe member because they knew his dad. We didn't get any of that until the damn end. The whole movie felt like a double agent spy movie because throughout the movie, again, I'm not going to break it all down, but what I mean by double agent, you just had Snake Eyes betraying one clan and betraying this other clan and doing this and it didn't feel like an actual origin movie as far as what the origin was supposed to entail as far as him joining the G.I. Joe team. So I didn't like the way that I thought the script was. It was kind of bland, and boring throughout as far as what they had the characters say and the choices the characters was making, and it was just I don't know. It just I didn't like that. I thought the direction was going to be even if it's just clear cut. Maybe some people don't like clear cut movies like that, but again, for an action movie that's based on the origin of how this character came to be, how this character joins a certain team and joins certain members, I thought it was going to be a simple, okay, there, boom. He joins the team because he gets recruited to G.I. Joe. He learns to be a team player, all that other stuff, blah, blah, blah. Bam, you got an easy Snake Eyes origin story or G.I. Joe origin story. So I don't know why that was so damn hard. That sun is beaming in here. But yes, that was one part of it I just could not stand about the script. Also part of the script, and then part of my what was bad. Critique for this part was the cliches. The script was just full of cliches. I wrote down 2 of them that I could not stand throughout the movie, and I'm pretty sure there's other ones you guys can probably point out to me that you saw in the movie that just cliche. There's bundles of them, but like I said, here's my 2. Cliche number 1: the main character out for revenge ends up learning to be forgiving, and I don't like that, man. It got on my nerves. The entire movie was basically about Snake Eyes trying to hunt his father's killer. And then he doesn't kill or exact revenge when he finds his father's killer, all because he learns to be more forgiving and stuff like that. I understand it's a human trait that when you're angry and you go through life angry, but time goes on, you learn to be, this forgiving person and living, realizing life's too short to have anger and yada yada yada. I get all that. But man, we've seen this theme, we've seen this cliche 1,000 times, man. Again, why can't this just have been a simple origin story about how he joins the G.I. Joe team? Why did we have to have him out for revenge and then he ends up learning to be a forgiving? It's such a cliche that you knew what was going to, it becomes predictable. It becomes so predictable that you knew what was going to happen when his father died and then he gets recruited into this clan, and all of a sudden, Snake Eyes get recruited to this clan, and as he's going on and staying with this clan and learning to be doing these different challenges where he's learning about discipline and ego, and it for me personally, I just kind of got taken out of the movie and was kind of getting bored because I was like, dude, I already know what's going to happen. He has revenge, then he finally finds his father's killer. He doesn't do nothing about it, and then it's like, that's it. The entire plot of the movie, where his whole meaning of why he came to this location, why he was doing the things he was doing, was just dropped out after one scene because he had this thought of, oh, you know what? I learned to forgive. I can't kill my father. I just thought that was I don't know. It just took me out of the movie. It was kind of, it's just boring. Because again, we've seen this 1,000 times. Not gonna be the last time we see it, but we've seen it so many times of how that is played out. Cliche number 2: a character in the movie doesn't support another character joining a cause or joining the team. So the entire time, they're just constantly complaining about it until they end up being the love interest. This happened in Snake Eyes. When basically in the movie, Tommy, this guy Tommy, a.k.a. he ends up becoming Storm Shadow at the end. Spoiler alert. But this guy Tommy ends up bringing Snake Eyes to Tokyo, and he wants after Snake Eyes saves Tommy's life, Tommy wants him to be on his team, be in the clan. And this is not the G.I. Joe thing at all. This is basically Tommy's clan in Tokyo. His grandmother's like the queen of, and basically the head person of this clan. And when she retires, Tommy's supposed to take over the reign, so that's why I was calling it Tommy's clan. He's the next one in the bloodline to take over. So Tommy brings Snake Eyes back to Tokyo with him, and immediately we meet the character. I hope I don't botch her name. Aiko. She, this woman. I think she's like the chief security, of the team, whatever. Good fighter, all this stuff. Good warrior. But we immediately get that cliche character where, like I said, she's in the movie, and I think like 2, 3, 4 straight scenes, we had her basically walking up to Tommy, questioning his authority, complaining like he's that Snake Eyes is an outsider. We can't trust him. Oh my goodness, why would you bring him back here? He's not one of us. That complete bullshit thing where again, I know every time you bring it, I'm not saying every new character or any person you bring into a clan's headquarters or whatever, everyone's going to love the new guy. But it just absolutely is annoying that when the person, there's always that one character, excuse me, that's always going to that's always going to question this person, whatever, question this person's methods, or question well, he doesn't have what, or she doesn't have what it takes. And like I said, end up becoming the love interest. That's really when, now, Ayako and Snake Eyes didn't end up kissing at all in the movie, but you can clearly see that as time went on, she warmed up to him. And again, I get it. You don't know him, so you're like, whatever. But why can't they just had her just sit back, not question Tommy's authority, because he constantly had to keep putting her in place, like, yo, can you stop telling me what the hell to do? This is my clan, or this will be my clan. I know what I'm doing. Shut up and just sit back and watch. But I don't know why they didn't just have her do that. Just say, okay, I may not agree with your methods, but we'll see what you can do. No, she just kept complaining throughout the entire movie until she learned to, kind of warmed up to Snake Eyes as time went on, as he stayed with them in the clan's headquarters around their area in Tokyo. So yeah, that was cliche number 2. I'm pretty sure it was I know there was a lot more, but those are the 2 that really just came out to me that I could not stand. Moving on, what I thought was bad. Was also a side note on the plot. I did not like the entire 3 Warrior Challenge at all. I'm not going to break down why. Well, break down a little bit maybe why I didn't like them. Why I didn't like the 3 Warrior Challenge, because my whole thing with the problem with the 3 Warrior Challenge is none of it really did anything that to add about Snake Eyes becoming a Joe. At all. None of it really, those 3 Warrior Challenges really did not come out like, hey, this is why you became a Joe. Like, it just, or a G.I. Joe member. It did not. All the challenges to me was just like, maybe besides the first one was okay. And I'm not going to spoil everything, but the first one was okay. Then the second and third one was just as cliche and just like, learning about, dropping a burden and, learning to not hold on to burdens and things and learning to have pure heart. And it's just like, I'm not an evil human being, dude, but I like, when nice things happen, but it's still like, whatever. I don't know. It's just whatever. That sun is beaming. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to close this blind. Sorry about that. That freaking sun was driving me nuts. Still coming in, but it's not as bad. So yeah, I thought the 3 Warrior Challenge was just like, I don't know. I didn't really think it added anything to him becoming a Joe, which I think the entire movie really just kind of didn't show why he became a G.I. Joe member. Moving on. So remember I told you guys what I liked, what was good about it. I said, yeah, the cast, they did their thing, even though with the direction they was given. The one person I would say that I think maybe was miscast or whatever, or you could say it was misused. Maybe it was the right person being for the role, but it was just kind of misused throughout. And I think that was Henry Golding. Henry Golding is the actor that played Snake Eyes. I think, right off the bat, let me get this out, huge disclaimer that Henry Golding, I think, is a good actor. So far, every movie I've seen him in, I've liked him in the movies he's been in. But as a character for Snake Eyes, I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks, again, he was misused. Again, he was just doing what was given to him. But he just came off as, for Snake Eyes, it didn't feel like Snake Eyes having Henry Golding be the character. You know what I mean? It did not. Let me push this back. It just didn't feel like Henry Golding was the right fit to be the Snake Eyes character. Again, I'm not saying he was terrible, but throughout the movie, he just came off as stiff and kind of bland and boring, and kind of at times when he delivered his lines and said things. Again, I'm no perfect actor myself. Even an aspiring actor, I'm hoping to get better throughout time. But I'm just saying. So I'm not trying to like shit on him as a person or as actor. I'm just saying, for the Snake Eyes, we growing up watching Snake Eyes and realize what his character was. No one's gonna be, no one's perfect, but it just felt like he just felt very generic. If that makes sense. I'm really trying to find the words to explain it, but it just, if you know what I mean by generic, you just felt like he was there. He didn't feel like, oh, this isn't about Snake Eyes and stuff like that. It was, again, and this could have just been my gripe against this one, and for this particular thing I didn't like about the movie, it could just be, again, how I felt about the direction and the script and whatever, the direction they gave Henry Golding and the rest of the cast to really go off of. So, again, it has nothing to do with Henry Golding, the actor, because I think he's good, but it just felt like he didn't pop out at screen to me, out the screen when you talk about, okay, damn, Henry Golding, that's Snake Eyes. So, you know what I mean? I don't know, as a fan of G.I. Joe series, I just didn't really see that. Also, what I didn't like is being a fan of the G.I. Joe series and stuff, how they used beloved characters. And two characters, just pointing this out. Scarlet, for one, played by Samara Weaving. I hope I didn't botch your name. Samara Weaving. I hope I didn't botch your name. I'm sorry, because I like her. Yeah, Scarlet. We've rarely seen Scarlet throughout the entire movie, and Baroness. I'm say this Baroness as well. It was Scarlet and Baroness as the two characters we're used from the GI Joe times, and that was played by Baroness was played by Ursula Corbero, who I thought did a good job too playing Baroness. Yeah, but I didn't like how they used the characters. Those two, like I said, these are two beloved characters from the GI Joe. If you think about GI Joe series and GI Joe in general, you think of Scarlet, you think of Baroness. Baroness, obviously, she's from Cobra. Scarlet's GI Joe member, and their little thing back and forth. But the way they used them was just absolutely. It had nothing to do with the two actresses playing them, the two women playing them. It just felt that they just threw these characters in the middle of the story and near the end, and they didn't feel important. They didn't. Like I said, this movie didn't really feel like this was the coming of, Snake Eyes joining the G.I. Joe team and, meeting Scarlet and doing all the things and whatever. They showed her in the preview a lot, so you kind of thought she was going to be important. But again, it felt like they just dropped her into the movie. Like, I think Scarlet was introduced, like, in the middle of the movie where, these Cobra operatives or agents, whatever you want to call them, comes after her. She beats their ass while Tommy, Aiko, and Snake Eyes is watching her on the phone. Like, it's kind of supposed to be like a badass introduction. Like, she puts them on hold and puts her phone down while they're on FaceTime with her, and she beats their ass, and then she just walks out of the bathroom like nothing happened. Like, it was supposed to be like a badass introduction for Scarlet, which was fine, but it just, after that, we don't see her until the end of the movie. Like, near the end of the movie, she helps them, save the clan or whatever. It just, again, it didn't feel like she was important. Then you talk about Baroness, played by Ursula Corbera, like I said. She comes in the middle of the movie where, Snake Eyes meeting up with Kenta, and, Baroness comes out of nowhere, and she basically say, hey, you're, I'm working for Cobra. We would like to have you. Something like that. And she didn't really recruit him into Cobra, actually. She just say, I'm from Cobra and this like that. And we don't really see her to the end where she has to, but in the end, she ends up having to help. She ends up helping Scarlet and the rest of the, everyone else at the clan to protect from Kenta. And so she inevitably goes back to Cobra. So the whole point I'm making is they just drop them in the middle, and we don't see them till near the end. There was not a lot of scenes with them in the movie at all. They rarely did anything until the end, and I feel like they really didn't. They really just didn't do right by the fans of who loves these two characters. When it comes to the GI Joe, when it comes to GI Joe. So I don't know. I thought they was easily forgotten in this movie. I think they definitely dropped the ball on that. And the last thing I'm going to go over you guys and probably give my grade. What I thought bad about the movie, I did not like, was the goddamn shaky cam. It felt like I said, the fight scenes was not terrible or anything. I think we had a decent amount of fight scenes, but it just felt like the fight scenes also, they was using the shaky cam. The shaky cam is every time that there was a punch landed or a kick was landed or anything was landed in the fight scene, they kept shaking the damn camera. Where they feel like an earthquake was happening every time a freaking punch happened. I don't know why director or people that shoot these movies, why they feel like shaky cam is the best way to go. It feels more authentic and real if you just let them fight. And there's not a lot of camera movies where you have to keep. I understand you want to keep everyone interested. You don't want to just have them sitting there like they're just, just standing still hitting each other. But it just seems they overdo it when they use a shaky cam. For me personally, I think a shaky cam when in national disaster movies, where maybe a big tidal wave or a hurricane or tornado, whatever, or earthquakes happening, I get shaky cams then because obviously shit's happening around people where stuff's moving but when you're just talking about two people fighting or one person fighting like 5-6 people, you don't need to have the camera shaking constantly. It just takes you for me personally, it just takes me right out of the scene. It seemed like every fight scene they was using a goddamn shaky cam. That is it, you guys, as far as my review. The grade I would give this movie, I don't think it was terrible by any means. I'm not going to say it's the worst movie of 2021. It's possible the year's not over yet. I will give it a B-. C+, B- in that range, but I think I landed on the B-. Like I said, it's not terrible. Again, it's just what I expected, and I know, we always don't get what we wanted, what we want, or what we maybe sometimes your expectations of things maybe be too high for something. But again, I didn't expect this movie to like be the best movie of the summer or the best movie of the year type shit. You're probably going to hear that, but no, it just felt like, again, my biggest gripe with it is that if this was supposed to be a origin story about how Snake Eyes, a GI Joe member, joins GI Joe, you don't really get that until the end, and I mean the end of the movie. And that's it. We did get a mid-credit scene. This is a spoiler. We did get a mid-credit scene where Tommy does end up joining his clan, is because his grandmother basically is upset at him, and did he basically broke the rules of what the clan doesn't like, and his grandmother says he will not be the next one in line, so he leaves angry, and he decides, cliche, the good guy that throughout the movie decides to become bad. So Tommy's becoming Storm Shadow. Obviously, we know Storm Shadow from the G.I. Joe series as well, like Snake Eyes arch nemesis, when it comes to those two. So yes, Tommy ends up becoming Storm Shadow. He joins Cobra. I think Baroness recruits him in the plane at the end. Overall, though, like I said, it wasn't a terrible movie. I would suggest it's one of those movies I think you could wait to see. You didn't really have to see. Again, I get it. If you haven't seen, you're like, well, I didn't see it. You're going to probably go see it. But obviously, looking back, going in hindsight, 2020, I would suggest and recommend to people to wait till the movie hits maybe DVD or whatever, or hits somewhere in a time where you could pay for it less than paying for $11, $12, whatever you spend to go to the movies to see it. Yeah, the whole plot kind of took me out of it. Shaky Cam was annoying. How they used Snake Eyes or the direction they gave Henry Golding and everything like that was just kind of outweighed more than what two, three things I thought was good about the movie. But that's it, you guys. Again, I am out. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Comment how you felt about the movie. I'm out. Peace.